And we are ready to go here on Vertigo. paiN Gaming and the Timbermen squaring up here. Timbermen's pick. But a good map, as we know it can be for paiN. Let's see if they can bring the paiN train. Seems like we're getting a pretty straightforward play from the Timbermen. Rocking up ramp with the bomb. Oh, no, that's just a mini-map bug. It's going right up ramp, too. Everything's in ramp, John.
It is. And a trade comes through here. Zevi looking to fight back. Take control of the side hall here. Zevi, timing not in his favor, and he goes down, and simultaneously Hards Out does as well. The A site has been completely taken here by the Timbermen, and Nekez and Skulls are on the outside looking in. Nekez needs a quick one. I don't know if he's going to find it.
And one of the interesting things about paiN is their success rate in pistols isn't actually great.
No.
Their success rate in the second round after the pistol with the force buy, kind of stellar. So right now they're looking for some damage. They're going to find something to bring into the next round, and they're not going to get it. Great round for the Timbermen.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely true. I mean, paiN does indeed struggle on pistols. We've seen it time and time again. But indeed, their force buys can be very scary. And here it comes for paiN. It's going to be probably a couple of MP9s, I would imagine. I think Big is going to be able to get the other one. No, he wants util instead. And the armor, and Deagle. So it's going to be 4 pistols and the MP9 only for Nekez. Over on the Timbermen, well, you got the 4 rifles and the MAC-10 thanks to that round victory. And actually, Shane rocking the AK already thanks to his 3 frags in that previous round. Bigu tossing a flashbang. Looks like there's going to be some aggression here from paiN down the ramp. Sevi stacked up with Nekez here into the scaffolding, and they're going to fall off it quickly. I think they just wanted to try and find something quick, maybe catch Timbermen off guard. But when it didn't happen, well, they backed off.
Where's this headed right now? Where's the pace of play? Well, it's going towards the ramp, and that's pretty successful. Bomb hasn't committed either which way. But here and towards mid. This kill comes through. I mean, it's basically full control around. It already effectively is. There's a little bit of danger from Zevi at the cement bags. We know what he did. As long as these 5.7s exist. Oh, they're coming in towards the reinforced site. This mid-presence hasn't gone through. Zevi's going to have to smoke, so now they know the player's here. There is an HE, but it's on Jitter. He's the player in mid, so they're actually going to back away. Frankie getting that extra kill. They're still backing off. It's absolutely the right read. You can see the respect they're showing towards this paiN side. Even in a 5v2 against pistols, they're still being as cautious as they can be.
Yeah, not much time left in the round, but doesn't matter. They already have full control of the B site, and they'll get that plant. Skulls might just save the MP9. I don't see any reason for him to try and take a fight with that. And even Zevi, right? He has the full armor, the Deagle. Both players just going to stick around this A site. The thing is, though, I'm going to know they're here, so they're probably going to try hunting a little bit. There's Frankie. He's low on HP. Zevi getting tagged down, but he does hit the headshot. Thing is, he's now the last one standing, and he's just trying to hightail it out of here, potentially with the MAC-10. Some damage could help. I mean, look, it's still very early goings here.
There you go.
Yeah, there he gets a second one onto Jitter.
And the upgrade. Now it's a gun that's actually worth saving through.
Yeah.
See if he can live on this. He wants damage. He wants kills.
Oh.
And Dare will avoid the bullets. He was so very vulnerable. But Galil not quite finding the armor penetration.
Yeah, at least getting a couple of frags, doing some economic damage. That third one would have been so great, and it would have been a save Galil, but 6 HP was enough for Dare. Like you were saying, he's just dipping and dodging around all of those bullets, and Timbermen take the 2-0 lead. paiN now going to get an eco, no questions asked, about 50, and a decoy along with USBs across the board. So nothing really invested this round for them. They're going to stack the right site. It appears to be the right side anyway in the early goings as Timbermen are tossing that bomb down towards their teammates.
Like that. Those nades in towards cement. There's no one there this round, but it's just letting them know, hey, maybe think twice before you play that spot. Good kill. Frankie's low. This is where we might need to see a cancel play, and Zevi's actually slid into cement. So them having naded it, this might work against them. Hards Out somehow trades this out. This is getting so spicy.
No.
Oh my god. There's only one remaining. This is the threat of paiN Gaming. There is no round where you are safe, and now Jitter has to try and reclaim it. He can do no such thing. Guns will be salvaged, 2 rifles taken through, and that is just naked pistols.
pretty much, yeah, no money invested by the paiN Gaming side. Maybe a little bit here and there, but outside of that, wow. What a round for them to take. Timbermen walk into the stack. You were saying it would have been a good idea to pull the plug. Absolutely. Once you realize you're facing off against even one pistol, like they did in the previous round, show paiN the respect. Go back. Instead, they win it. Their economy is just instantly incredible, and they get a full-on buy here. But on the other end, they do have the money to buy up the op, and Dare is going to connect for the first frag onto Skulls, and Frankie finds Big Uzera. Wow, that's a great response after what just happened.
Yeah, I mean, after walking into the stack, losing it to USPs. Now he's trying to get aggressive on this. He's going to win the fight. And the op behind him wasn't comfortable to go for the trade, so they bring back one at the very least. This mid presence from Jitter could be interesting, but he's just got a deagle to operate on. And now Hardzao has a ton of responsibility. Nekis is trying to rotate to help him out. They posted Zevi to control the A ramp, so this is what it's going to be all about! Oh, Hardzao
No!
connects on the 2! And Dare was setting up util, so he's nowhere close enough at hand to do anything about this. The mid presence, they need Jitter to do something, but he's not going to be able to find much. The Deeg trying to connect, but Zevi will instead comes on with the AWP, and three players will make it through from a 3v5 to just completely flipped on its head. That's a big play from Hardzao.
5 unanswered frags for paiN Gaming. Unreal. Yeah, like you mentioned, Hardzao standing on his head, getting that spray down with the AK. Ended up with 3 on the round. Tied up at 2-2, even though that started off phenomenally for the Timbermen, right? I mean, you get the first 2, everything looks great. Then Nekis comes back, gets 1 unanswered because, like you said, they weren't willing to engage with the op to try and get that trade. Maybe that could have been a difference maker. Maybe taking that chance gives you even further edge into the round. Instead, they walk into Hardzao, who was ready for action. Here we go, though. Tied up 2-2. The Timbermen, couple of rounds there that felt like they should have gone their way, and instead paiN are picking them up. And against a team like paiN, you can't lose the ones that you really have a significant edge in. Zevi is going to get the opener. And it's just pistols here for Timbermen now, Mike.
One less. Don't want to let this man heat up. Don't want to let him get hot. Heck is putting together a nice 3-piece there. Just tasty eco frags. And paiN Gaming sliding the lead early.
Yeah. There's one thing that's great about paiN is not only are every single player on this roster individually skilled to a very high extent, they're also all really good at taking opening duels. A stat that surprised me, in their first 4 maps, 4 players tied for the lead in opening frags in rounds. 13 for Hardzao, Zevi, Nekis, and Big Uzera. So everyone pretty much capable of taking those opening fights, and that's a scary prospect for any team.
He's tagged up. That must have been the A ramp. It is indeed. There's no mid presence into this round. This is interesting. Heavy presence. They want to fight for ramp. And Zevi's actually sticking around despite the damage. Oh, that's a nice nade back the other way. But it is going to rebuff Timbermen for the moment. Surprised paiN aren't showing anything in mid right now. It's not being exploited, but that is a big risk they didn't need to take. It was the double steps approach, right? The aggression down B steps. That meant that they just left it vacant. I guess they're seeing enough towards ramp that they don't want to float the third player over. They're lucky. No one took the space. No one took the control. And now Hardzao's posted, so the opportunity is not there anymore. That's a lot with no flashbang on the reclear. Neki is going to get one before being traded. There's still Big Uzera here, but he's got to be careful not to get caught. So he'll back away. Utility's just about gone here, John. There's no nadage.
I mean, they got a couple of smokes, so they'll be able to take the space on the A site, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Both smokes likely going to get tossed, so they have that wall set up, and they can get the plant, maybe. But now with no util left, Bigu, his vision's going to be free and clear, and he's got a bit of a one-way for himself. He spams around, and now they realize it, and they're going to be cautious.
If these smokes fade, they're so done for. If he denies the bomb plant, no, he can't do that, but he can't collect the kill on Dare. Playing around the crane and the next as well. Savvy moves from Big Uzera, and now it all falls apart. It's just left to Jitter. Hardzao, as soon as that cleared, he peeks up, he gets the kill, and 3 players again from a disadvantaged situation. This time at 3-on-4, not as egregious, but they don't overcommit, they don't overextend. Big Uzera plays it masterfully and patiently. gets the kill that he needs, and then suddenly it's just the scales tip.
This is what paiN are so good at, right? Coming back from behind. We've already seen it 3 times here on this map in the first 6 rounds, maybe 2 actually, but either way, it's still very impressive for this paiN Gaming squad. 3v4, no problem. They play it patiently. Perhaps the fact that timbermen had run out of utility cost them a little bit in the latter part of that post plant, but still credit to paiN and Big U in particular, who opens things up with not only one over the top of the smoke, but as soon as it fades, he's got his wits about him, flicks for the second, and then even finds himself a third afterwards. So paiN Gaming, 4 rounds in a row. They're making that pistol round victory for timbermen, and the following conversion look very, very weak.
So we're down to the techs. Faster round potentially coming through here. SMG on the jitter. Just 2 smokes and a flash to try and get on towards the site. One of those smokes is already committed off rip, so not a lot to work with here for the timbermen. It seems like they're just going to rock up A. Here comes the smoke. They're just going to try and flood in. Bodies are here. Anyone going to get caught early? Neck is in trouble. Oh, not many bullets in that A1S. Now the utility comes out, and BBZera's got the kill. So the trade is there. Even if the first player gets overwhelmed, they keep them at arm's reach. And the utility is now completely drained from the timberman pockets.
Yeah. Oh, you're getting tagged through the wall here, Mike. Jitter, he's going to try and go up the side hall, but Hard Zal's locking that down with his M4A4 Temukau. Looks factory new. That's a nice one. Sorry. Getting distracted with the skins here.
Come on, John.
Frankie.
Focus up. Focus
I'm
up.
focused. I'm
There's
focused.
more
Hard
CS to
Zal.
be played. Hard Zal.
He's got this.
Hard Zal ready. Got his waifu close at hand to keep him warm. Cold, cold dark of the round. Ooh, gets ahead of the smoke. Flashbang for a peek. He's going to go into that. Here's the first, the second as well. It's perfect. What a beautiful setup there for Shane. See the smoke coming through. Oh my God, Shane. All right, he makes it interesting for a moment. Now I can talk about the setup. They see the smoke. Hard Zal gets ahead of it. He wants to peek in, calls for his teammates flash. Flashbang goes out. It's all perfect. Milliseconds of communication going through there. That's beautifully done.
That's fantastic. Yeah, paiN looking in top shape right now. The early going's a little bit rough, but as we mentioned, 5 in a row now, and they are just a well-oiled machine here on this CT side. That said, they're going to be challenged here. It's going to be a full-on buy-up coming through from the timbermen. 4 AKs and the AWP. Only 1 piece of util missing on their side as well. This is a chance for the timbermen to get back into the action here. Let's see what they decide to do. They haven't challenged too much towards the side since Hard Zal denied them. And there we go. There's one. Big Uzera down for the count towards scaffolding. Frankie gets the opener, but it costs him so much HP. He still gets the second with 4 HP. Further challenges upwards towards Nekis and gets that one. 5v3 in favor of timbermen, but we saw this fall by the wayside previously, but now it's a 5v2. Oh no, Hard Zal!
Oh no. Oh no, he wants more. He got the confirmation as well. Oh man, Jitter just when he finally cracks the goose egg. Hard Zal just hit back the other way. No, this fight.
No.
This is too tough. This is too tough. In the B site, but having drawn the rotations over, we're beating this very nice. Actually making the move on towards A, and Zevi now realizes, we just have to commit to this one actually, boys. I'm a little caught out of position here. Can't really leave Hard Zal alone because then mid's open. But in the meantime, this bomb's going down, and now they realize, uh-oh. They took A. So we've seen a lot of disadvantage situations come back the other way for paiN so far. Timbermen, all this work they've done. There it is. That should seal it. That should just about seal it. What does Hard Zal have for us? 1v3. What does Hard Zal bring to this particular table? No smoke. He does have a kit.
There's a smoke behind him. There it is.
Oh, that's great comms. Knowing where it is. Gonna get the first kill around the edge of it. Economic damage he knows is important here. And that's all he wants. Now he's got the op and he's away. Never really intended to go for that unless they made a huge blunder. And with that 1 extra kill, he's out of here.
I mean, it still gets scary. Hard Zal with 2 frags right after the timbermen got a 5v2 advantage, and then it gets really close down to the wire. Finally, the timbermen make the right move. They back off of that B site, rotate to A, get the free plant, and then a very nice lineup with the op from Dare to deny Zevi and make that a 1v3. Hardzao still made it interesting, and honestly, I kind of had a feeling maybe he would go for that stick after he gets the smoke down on the bomb, but instead decides, you know what, I just want to save this op. I don't want to take any chances, and he also got one more frag afterwards. So the timbermen's economy cannot settle in. And once more, paiN Gaming are ready to roll and have a full-on buy-up into this round. Lots of presence towards mid here, and there's the opener, and 3 frags in a row from paiN Gaming. Only 1 in response,
Whoa.
now 2 from Dare, so he's making it interesting.
A little bit of a rally there.
Yeah.
Not done just yet, though. Skulls, this engagement at the steps. He's not spotted. Doesn't hit his shots, though. It will be enough to persuade schain to back away, and Skulls confirms that. And look at this deep positioning from Nekiz. He's actually giving it up. He's shifting back in towards the site because he doesn't want to get caught. But he had this all cleared out. So now he's jiggling with the smoke. About to find this connection. About to find this contact he's craving. There it is.
Yep.
There's the confirmation. Smoke being held.
Really?
Interesting here. He's got a lineup for it. He's trying to counter their setup. That's a nice flashbang. Takes the side hall player off. Makes him hesitate at least a little bit. Oh, it didn't have a teammate get over in time. I think maybe he thought that Zevi was going to be posted on the angle, but that's maybe a little bit of a miss here. Thought the flash had done enough to force them back. Ooh, Skull's nearly taken down through the smoke. This is getting a little spicy, but that's the bomb. 20 seconds are all that's left, and Dare can't recover.
I think the better play for schain there would have been to stick the plant. The smoke was guising his position, and he could have gotten the bomb down, and then pressure would have been on for paiN, but instead he tries for the fake, hoping that he can get the edge on the player around the corner, but instead he was the one that fell without really contributing much more into the round afterwards, and then his teammate was, just kind of left hanging in the wind. So paiN Gaming get right back to their winning ways. A 6th round picked up, and they double up on Timbermen's scoreline. But that loss bonus is at 3,400 for Timbermen. So they're going to be able to afford 3 AKs and 2 Galils, and they're going for potentially a quick take of the B stairs. There are 2 players waiting here. This is so very dangerous. Hardzao peering over the top of the smoke, gets one, damages Dare down to 51. This should push Timbermen off, and that nade being tossed will almost certainly do so. Okay, Nekiz and Big Huzera get 3 of the next 4 frags, and it's only schain left. What a dominant performance here from paiN.
Just take full control. schain with a little bit of damage, but that might just be it. It's the moral victory there on the tail end, because at this point, damage doesn't much matter to paiN. They don't have a ton of cash built up, but Skulls has enough in the bank that he could float some if need be, and that's exactly what he'll do. So, it's looking good for paiN, right? A 4-round lead here on Vertigo. Looking quite substantial, especially considering some of those issues early on with the first couple of rounds. So,
yeah,
timbermen, after winning the pistol, after converting the second round as well, they've only got 3 to show for it, and it's going to be another one where they're very limited. Aggressive peek, a leg tack on as well. Such a dangerous fight to take as an op, but he still hits it, and Skulls is here to boo.
I mean, Skulls has been pretty quiet, actually. They haven't really needed him, which is rare for him. But now he's getting into the action. He's got a couple there. Hardzao is leading the charge at 14-3. He has really held on to the B site while Jitter gets full-on flashed. Does manage to sneak into position here under the stairs, but I don't know how much he can do with that. Frankie gets one, and Hardzao, he's on a flank. He's got one. And now he's given, I think, Jitter a lot to think about moving up that ramp.
But he's not going to need to think about it for long.
Oh, snap, excuse me.
Because he's dead.
Yeah.
We'll think about how he's going to die, and this is the one. Very clean round again from paiN. It was just a limited buyout for Timberman, but now you get extra bank flowing. I mean, it's just, this is what we expect from paiN Gaming, right? We were wondering with the showing against Strife and the Cash Cup if there was maybe some vulnerability on this map. It didn't really make a lot of sense because Vertigo's been a position of strength for them for so long. But Timbermen are finding out the hard way that it still is.
Oh, absolutely. There's no question. paiN already taking this half at 8 rounds to 3. Zabby's looking for that opener. Here's a round, sees a smoke, turns away from the flash enough to keep his vision clear. Now he's going to wait for a player to peer around the edge here. It doesn't feel like it's going to happen just yet. Is he going to push through that smoke and try to catch Zevi off guard? Well, I don't know. Frankie's taking damage here, down to 49. Skull's waiting over at the danger panel where Shane is also lurking. 120 on the clock, and there's that opener found Frankie not able to get past Zevi. And now Skulls could be challenged.
Gap in the smoke! Skulls! You
goodness.
cheeky boy! And Hardzao says, I'm ready for that. Oh my god, Hardzao, you madman! The
What a
flashbang's
flash.
so lethal! Big Uzera tossing that from the back of sight to set up his teammates,
Look.
and that's just, it's over.
There's so much trust required in that play on Hardzao and
This
Big.
is just
Obviously,
pain.
it's there.
Pain. It's
But-
just every time. The
Yeah.
the I's are dotted, the T's are crossed. They're so in sync. They're so flawless with the utility usage. It's the reason why I think a lot of us are so excited about this team at the major. It's
Yes.
because the style, it's not just explosion. It's not just firepower. They've got that, sure. But that's not what makes this team exciting. It's how in sync they are, how much momentum flows in their favor, and how just when they have an idea, you see the idea, and you see it perfectly executed. There's just so few moments of true mistakes out from this team, and that's the kind of team that can really do some damage.
Yeah, and it's because of how long they've been together, right? Hardzao, Big Uzera, and Nekis in particular, Zevi and Skulls. But, that chemistry has been built up over many, many seasons of play. Jitter's going to get that opener, though, onto Hardzao. That's a good start for the Timbermen. Finally have a man advantage here. Nekis.
That is the rare mistake.
AK. Yeah.
Didn't quite clear deep enough. The setup was exactly to punish that peak, though, right? Timberman playing one to either side of mid. Nekis is getting aggressive on this. Feeling frisky. He's trusting that smoke a lot. And when it fades, he's going to have to get out of here. Now he's got the bullet, so he's got a little bit of confirmation. He's going to take the cement position without a smoke, but fortunately for him, there's no utility on the other side. So this now becomes a real position of strength. And off of Big Uzera's contact, he can activate if Big Uzera isn't taking the peek around Crane side. He'll just have heard that footstep.
Yeah.
That's going to confirm things, sends the nade over. Dare's actually a little bit tipped off because he's like, why did the nade come at that moment? So you can see he's now very focused on cement. He knows the player's here, but knowing and being able to deal with it are different questions, and eventually he has to try and find that fight. So Nekis strikes, and now it's a very strong position. Bomb drop just on Jitter, and he's nowhere near his teammates.
Oh, and he's down. Goes. And falls to the op of Zevi. 10-3 for paiN. Timberman got the opener, but after that, they just couldn't find anything else. And you're right. I mean, they knew, or Snav did, that Dare was waiting over. Excuse me, not Dare, but that there was someone over towards Cement, but he couldn't really do anything about it because he was looking towards that fight. Looking for the fight towards the site, and well, as soon as he turns away from Cement, he gets peeked upon, and that's pretty much the round after that. 10-3 in favor of paiN Gaming, and Timbermen, well, nothing's really worked, so maybe they're going to try for a fast play. It looks like that's the call, and hey, there's another opener. Nekis trying not to get overloaded here. He's the only one on the site for the time being. He will get reinforcements quickly. There's Hardzao around the corner, and now Nekis is going to try and go for the peek off of potentially a flashbang here. Oh no, he's just going to peer around the edge of this smoke and try to catch someone off. He wants that fight. He gets it, and he finds the one on Shane.
That's so bold without the flashbang. Oh, there was actually a flashbang from Zevi that set him up.
Yes.
So that's nice to see. Good
He's
playing
going again.
Still risky, dipping back in. Even gets the dink, sets up Hardzao for the trade. If he has an AK, he wins that fight outright. As it is right now, a 3-on-3. Not a bad situation for the Timbermen, one would say, but they've struggled so much to crack paiN Gaming. They need to find a little bit of something more here. It's just going to be this A take. They're putting some time in this to see if the rotation comes off, but as of yet, no one from paiN has flinched. Mid's been left open, but they're trusting that that's not going to be answered. And actually, they're going to play retake on this. Got good nades for it. Molly, nade, smoke. Bomb's not down and ticking away. I'll wait for Skulls to get activated and come back in. Ooh, there's the collection. Frankie leaving himself a bit exposed over the smoke, and that's what they were looking for. Now the play comes through. The molly could be for side haul or cement. Take your pick. Nade into cement. Molly for the side haul. Shoot Dare in the head. That's even better than using the molly. Now they can get on the bomb, and Zevi will just make sure that they can take all the time in the world that they need. It is so perfect in the retake. paiN onto 11.
That's the second time with 3 players they've made the retake look so very clean, and the smoke was used not only to guise the bomb, but to give some cover to the Opper Zevi, who was looking over the edge of it and find a frag as a result, and just really good stuff from paiN. No challenge at all for them to take that round, even with the bomb planted. 11-3 in their favor, 15th and final round of play, and really this has been all paiN gaming. Hardzao in particular with 20 frags, and right behind him, Zevi at 14. On the other end, Dara's had his moments, but outside of that, we haven't seen much from the Timbermen. Zevi looking for that opening fight towards the ramp. 140 on the clock here. Zevi's going to eat a nade, but he just wants to hold this position. Does not care about the utility damage that came forward. He's got Big Uzera here waiting. He heard it, and he gets Frankie.
I don't actually think I think he just made a play, but I mean, either way, God, it's a good one. Takes a man advantage for them. Skulls a little bit bold here by the smoke. But he's playing this a bit frisky, and on the fade, this is going to get really spicy indeed. A re-smoke up. Do they spam? They know it's close. Not yet. Don't want to tip themselves off. Don't want to reveal the position. They're going to try and make a play through. Boost up over. It's spotted, but not in time. The answer, though, the trade is immediate. Hardzao instantly realizing what's happened and rebuffing. But he's got no nades. He has to do this on his gun. He's been incredible here in defensive B. And he's going to keep that going? No. Damage on a snap, but no kill. It's up to his teammates to seal the deal on this one. And Jitter gives them an advantage. Could be working. Good flashbang to get them across the angle. They still need to cross, and that's lethal. All in a Nikiz now, and he's tagged up. Last round of the half. Nikiz wary of a mid play coming through. Only 7 bullets in the gun. Really needs to get a reload off somewhere in here. Wants to see if he could catch the player coming off the ball plant. And indeed he can. Well worth the risk. Down to 4 HP. He's got to go forward. What's he expecting here? Taking his time with it. Expecting perhaps the aggression. Wants to clear out right side. It's all about the stairs setup. Snav just wants the one shot. There's a flashbang for this peak if Nikiz wants it, but he's really just going to have to rely on the gun. Oh, even found the shot, but not quite the headshot connection. We'll take a break, folks.
break up, don't speak for a couple of weeks. I'll be in his place till he calls and says he's sorry. This situation's on repeat, just like a scratch on a CD. It just gets deeper when you hit rewind. How many nights will you make this decision? Nights ending tears and it's blurring over.
Well, that was a stomping in the first half. If you looked this scoreline, you wouldn't know that Timbermen actually won the pistol. But, John, now I think they're going to need a second one if they got a chance to get back into their map pick.
Yeah, and I mean, look, we talked about it. paiN aren't the greatest on their pistol rounds, but Timbermen probably facing a bit of trouble getting their confidence up here, and a great flashbang thrown by Hardzao sets up Skulls and Zevi to get a couple. Now it's going to be a 3K, and there is a response from Timbermen, but they only have Snav and Shane to try and get this post plant pulled off.
They've at least got a smoke and a kit to work with, but gonna need some headshots to set up that defuse even. And look at the posturing from paiN, right? They're not going to allow the chance to get on the bomb. They're just going to take the fight right off rip. Now the double swing comes through. It's instant. It's instant. I don't even know if there's communication or if they're actually just a hive mind here, because as soon as they take down that first player, they just swing in perfect harmony. That's beautiful. God, I love watching this team play.
Yeah, Hardzao has been throwing some fantastic flashbangs, and Big Uzera as well. It's been really quite a joy to watch them execute, and the coordination and everything. You're right, Mike. 12-4 in favor of paiN. That is not the way the Timbermen wanted to start off this half, and now, well, perhaps they already have to start thinking about the next map. There's still quite a bit of time left for them to get a comeback going here, but probably not going to be in this round, although we did see paiN pull off the dry USP and P2000 round victory against Timbermen in that first half. So anything's possible, and with paiN potentially walking into the stack, maybe Timbermen turn the tables.
I've never wanted someone to throw an HE top ramp more in my life. Just the red bars that could be on.
There's no HE.
There were,
oh wait, there is.
There was.
There's
Yeah.
right
Now they
there.
throw
There
it.
goes.
Oh, it was the right spot, but it's too late. There were 3 unarmored players just stacked up. That could have been like a 160, 200 damage nade. Oh, what could have been? But Frankie's dead. They did pull off the stack just a little bit, just enough for paiN to get a foothold. The bodies are here, but it is just USPs, and now 1 fewer as the spam through smoke finds its mark. So they are dismantling this without having really even seen anybody just yet. And turns out, while seeing may be believing, it's not necessary for a paiN round win.
Wow, yeah, that's clinical from paiN. You saw Snav trying to escape through that smoke, but he was pulled back by the bullets of paiN and taken down to the ground. Go ahead, Mike.
I was just going to say, one of the things that's such an indication of how the first half went is Hardzao had, I think he was 22-5 after that first half or something absurd. He's the B anchor, which just tells you that every time they tried to hit B, it did not go well.
No, it was a very, very unfortunate for the Timbermen when they went to that B site. Now paiN are just 3 rounds away from taking this map, and well, the Timbermen at the very least will have the M4s, but the utility is still pretty light. Not going to be the easiest task for them. Snav, ooh, man, if he had stayed lined up towards mid, maybe he would have been able to do more damage there. And now that Molotov's going to force him back. That's a great molly toss.
That is a good lineup to know. There's the kill. Now mid is very much under threat, and this is the threat of the map. These CTs are so sectioned off. Dare has to fall away, has to try and back. And what they could do is if they can hold on the ramp, right, you can get into a retake. Problem is Nekis is still here. Nekis loses the fight, though. They need someone to make a play. Frankie's going to try and do that. Dare burns alive to commit to the kill, and, well, there's just not enough bodies up anymore.
That ended faster than I expected it would. The Molotov takes down one, and simultaneously the gun takes down the other, and it's 14-4 just like that. The Timbermen, although they had their moments, you know, you saw Dare getting on it a little bit with the A1S, but there were just too many bodies for Timbermen to deal with, and the spacing had already been taken by paiN. 10-round lead, and Timbermen are desperate. They're not playing for overtime. They want to try and get a round back right here. It's It's not going to be the greatest of buy-ups. They're already getting a fight towards the B stairs. paiN are wasting no time pushing into these fights either. Shane gets one back, but this nade could do him in. And no, just stays alive as Frankie finds one with the deagle.
We've seen these advantages go against them, and there's the Zevi factor. There's the Zevi factor. Zevi and Skulls are alive. So it just doesn't matter. This round can turn. And I mean, it's into a 3-on-3. The weapon's limited. Oh, Frankie swinging. Frankie swinging. Zevi wasn't looking. He was so focused in towards mid, he did not expect the play to come off of A. And actually, if players were in position and towards ramp, this would have given them a massive opportunity, but they weren't. They were thinking B steps instead. So, timbermen in the right place at the right time. Let's see if they can capitalize. They're boosted up over this smoke. He gets cleared. He does indeed. And Skulls, he finds the base of the boost first and just sprays them both down for good measure.
Wow. That's just spray control, right? He knows he got the base of the boost and then just holds on to it, gets the second. Frankie left. He is gone, Mike. Big Uzera gets his 15th frag of the map. And it's, speaking of 15, that's how many rounds Big Uzera and paiN have here. 11 opportunities.
11 opportunities. I would not bet against them needing one. This has been a massacre. I mean, plain and simple, right?
Yeah.
Coming into this game, look, you know where the two teams are at. You know the expectations. You've got paiN, who are going to make looking like they're going to have a strong campaign at the major. You've got timbermen, who just lost to Mythic. It's very different stories of these two squads. But we had that silver lining. We had that hope that maybe timbermen would be able to make this competitive. But if this is what their map pick looks like, it's just not very encouraging. From what we've seen of their Anubis so far,
Yeah.
this is, well, let's see if they can get it in this round. Let's see if they can make something magic happen. Frankie is gone. Pressure on now in the 5v4. Snav's trying to back away, and the utility is so very limited. So try and bring Jitter in to supply a little bit more of that. But in the meantime, they're super wary of this mid presence. So they're devoting everybody into mid to make sure that's clear so that they can properly defend A. But here comes the utility. They're out of position. The choke point util is in. They're not going to want to test through this. And as soon as paiN realizes nobody's here, they're going to get this bomb planted, and they're going to have such a good position on the post. Oh, okay, just kill two through the smoke. Why not? That makes it a little better. Skulls, he loves to get up on top of these default boxes. This time, Dare will punish him, but it's still a 4-on-2. This is a nigh-on impossible situation, and with time ticking away, with no kits available here for the timbermen, this is pure desperation. That's a nice shot from Dare. Still 3 more targets to find. For one there, not gonna help. Down to the clutch, but neck is the final bullet. Shane running out of ammunition means that paiN Gaming pull off the flawless second half. They only needed 5 rounds. They find all 5 off the rip.
Wow, that is the most dominant performance we've seen from paiN since they returned from Monterey and the RMR, Mike.